It doesn't matter if you play a game mobile, which is the new one, or the old ones. As long as the game has a high graphic, then it will make the player stay longer while playing the game. Just like usual, you will get offline and online games, and I included so many variations of games genre, so make sure you like this video. Top 12 Best Mobile Games with Best Graphics, Online and Offline. You can support this channel and send us a special thanks. Drifttopia. Drifttopia. This is what you guys are looking for. The best new multiplayer games and allows us to do a sandbox gameplay at all. So we must survive starting from zero. We will start with a small raft that is floating in the middle of the sea. We don't even get any tutorial, but basically it's all really easy to learn and master because it has a basic survival game at the beginning. We can use a rope to get some materials around your raft, or easier, we wait on the raft and pick them up while we are coming up on us, or just get them directly by swimming into the water. Seriously, the watery reflections, the sun glare is the next level of the best graphic games mobile. We will reach a small island and start to hunt your material to build your own house, like cutting the wood, stone and many small plants to consume. We will fight with so many huge monsters, so be ready to craft your best weapon and shoot the enemy. Drifttopia can play in multiplayer and meet another online player just like the video trailer. We will have PvP mode, which is the player versus player. The best Android games with great graphics so far. Bright Memory. Bright Memory. I'm still waiting for the update on this game. It feels so curious of how the next sequel will be. This game is one of the best high graphic games on mobile that exists and are playable offline. It's not about the adventure, but it has a thriller vibes while doing the mission. We will fighting against the mutant and monster. Bright Memory is an FPS adventure games with a story-based concept. We can shoot the enemies with our gun, but also we have many different options for dealing with the enemy, like sword and high beat energy that will make the enemy push up to the sky. Making a great combo with your sword is possible while the enemy is in the air. Seriously, when I play this game, the adventures makes me feel pretty strong. We can hang with a string to pass the raven, run and jump to make the higher jump and pass through the obstacle. The best mobile games with a great graphic visual so far on Android iOS games. Ravenswords. Ravenswords 2 Shadowlands. It's so insane how possible the developer makes such a huge open world game RPG with high graphic back then. Just to let you know, this game has existed for more than 10 years, but the game visual is still really worth playing right now. No wonder so many players keep playing it, especially offline games. Ravenswords 2 Shadowlands has a classical medieval games experience. The music, the building, object, the village, the character, and NPC appearance will bring you back to the medieval era. I really love that most of the monsters are huge, with high strength, so even though it's an open world game RPG, but we must follow the main quest to be able to fight with the monster with the same level as our equipment. We can buy a new weapon and armor in the village. The character are able to equip a different weapon like a longsword, sword, axe, mace, and shield. Make your own battle combat style to make yourself easier in combat. In the game, we can make a simple character customization phases as well. Best mobile games with a high graphic RPG game for Android iOS. Maya Nagari Mobile. Maya Nagari Mobile. Hi game developer, watch out! Now Indian make a great graphic mobile games with super interesting gameplay. The game seems pretty much look like a GTA game, but it has Indian vibes at all. The city, the car, the shop, the market, everything done perfectly in Indian experience. It's giving a player fully of freedom using a different weapon like a gun, bazooka, sniper, and punch. It's pretty insane how the game has a full attention to detail. Even when you shot a random spot with your gun, then the NPC around will notice it and run away. It will give a full satisfaction for the player to make a chaos on the city. I really love how traffic the game is. We can easily find a streetcar, NPC walking around, and many objects that can be locked with our gun and destroy them at all. But be careful because the police will come after you aggressively and will add their number significantly. It's pretty impossible to fight back with the police. The best way is running by your car. Seriously, the best online game high graphic for Android iOS. Car X Street. Car X Street. Seriously, this game expand his game size pretty quick. I remember playing this game about 4GB, but now it has 6GB plus. It's because the developer is really active on updating the game of new events and new roadmaps. It's totally okay for me because I know how great the game is. Car X Street is an open-world car racing game. We not only compete and follow the mission, but we are also able to explore the beautiful city world. The weather will change eventually, like day and night. That will cause a realistic feeling for the player. When you are in the racing, you can get multiple score by risking your navigation by passing closer to the other car. It's pretty easy though. Overall, the level of the enemy is very difficult. You need to learn faster to enjoy the game. The best high graphic games for Android iOS. EA Sports FC. EA Sports FC. I can easily say this is the best football game on mobile. Even the game has updated their new soccer game for 2024. I'm really amazed each time the developer is optimizing the game. Right now we can easily navigate the player much easier. With a great crowd by the supporter, we enjoy the game as we enjoy the PC version. And of course playable everywhere. The one thing I really like about EA Sport FC is there is always present new tournament like the World Cup and Champions Leagues. Really picking up your favorite club with the real player is like a dream come true. You don't need strength connection to play it because the gameplay will run pretty smooth. Preymaster. Preymaster. This mobile game has a great graphic. I really admitted how addictive the gameplay is. It feels so realistic on every movement and action by this beautiful martial art game. The game will have a short story because the developer really focuses on the action combat. The combat allows you to explore your own movement by combining two buttons which are kick and fist. Each time we make a different button, it will make a differences in combat as well. We don't have any skill, it's pure of the actual fighting. Sometimes we will fight with so many enemies at once, so we must focus on blocking their attack by tapping the button. But it will release so fast. The concentration is the key to win on every fight. While in the village, we also can explore the area by running and jumping. The best graphic games online for Android iOS. Slaughter the Lost Outpost. Slaughter the Lost Outpost. When you play this game, make sure you remember all of the way you have gone through, because you will not get a hint of the way out or the next mission we should go. Sometimes I got so confused on how the area looks the same at all. The game has a high rating on Play Store which is 4.8 stars. The gameplay will tell you how it will make your heart beat faster. Most of the enemy is pretty aggressive. They will have a melee weapon for close combat, so we need to make space for shooting the enemy. Actually, we can easily aim the enemy much easier with our gun. Just lock the enemy, then the gun will automatically fire. Make sure to check every table or another object. Luckily, you will get a new gun and changeable. The graphics are very good for an offline games Android iOS. Sword Rage. Sword Rage. With a super small size game which is only 70 MB, then you can enjoy the high graphic offline games on mobile. Seriously, even if the game mechanism has a very interesting gameplay, we will play a shark and we must kill the NPC around us. We can use a bite or buy new supporting items like a missile and booster. Everything can be bought using an in-game gold. We can get the gold by each time we clear the stages. The higher your level stages are, the more gold you will earn. Seriously, the game is really challenging. We must focus on the land for hunting, and sometimes we also need to come back to the water because the sword will die directly when we stay long on land. Maintaining the times is the best strategy to win the game faster. 9 Nights. 9 Nights. Wow, this is the best new games mobile RPG hack and slash. It's pretty much look like Tenchu Mobile, but we cannot do stealth or assassinations. We will play as a ninja. We can do so many things here, like running on the wall, destroying some object around to get items, and swimming. These all things are really important to make our presence become unnoticed by the enemy. We need a high concentration in passing through the obstacle. At the end, there is a boss that has unpredictable move. It's pretty difficult to beat. We need a high strategy and right timing on dealing the damage. Buying some weapons and skill is possible to increase your power. Actually, we will not find any storyline. It's fully action game. We can use our sword to slash the enemy or kick them up with our feet. Both of these actions have the same powers and can do a combination action by holding the button. Dash and block to prevent the enemy's attack is possible to do. The best offline action RPG games, hack and slash games for Android iOS with high graphic RPG. King Arthur Legends Rise. Okay, let me tell you something. This game is the best not anime turn-based RPG games for Android iOS because mostly the game market now is only focusing on the anime style. But this game is pretty impressive. All of the heroes will have the little idle move while in combat. These little things makes the game so unreal, especially the graphics are pretty realistic. It has a simple gameplay actually. Every time the character skip the turn, then we will gain 1 extra gauge energy. Each of the skill will consume energy, especially the ultimate skill will need more. We are able to explore the world and find the treasure around us. Sometimes the treasure will have the guardian and we should fight them first. The camera angle is top-down view and we can zoom in the character while we are exploring the world. Because it has a western RPG style which is really rare right now, then I would love to play it. The best game high graphic turn-based RPG for mobile. Shadow Fight 4 Arena. I would not say a lot and try hard to make sure you all know how great this game is. Just download the game and see your first battle, then you will be easily amazed with the gameplay. I really love the combat battle that is not so fast, just like the basic fighting. It's slower but really has unreal movement. All of the characters will have their own strength and weakness. The developer is on the right path, making a fair and balanced fighting game. In combat, we can make a great combination of attacks and unleash the special skill. We need a high strategy to make this skill land perfectly on the enemy, because we can easily avoid the ultimate skill. Right now, the game has downloaded more than 10 million players. Best high graphic games for Android iOS.